Hey, I just love that beat, y'all. I just love that beat. Hello, how y'all doing? I am your host, the real lovely C, and I'm so glad I can be heard. We're working on new equipment, so I can turn this down. Okay, so everybody can hear me. Y'all, it's Sunday. Happy Sunday to you all. Y'all know this is our Sisters Day. Sister Season 4, Episode 21, moving on up. And we got Ebony in the house. Let me bring Ebony in. Hey, Ebony. Let me bring this picture down just a bit. How you like the new picture? With your
I
picture
do
on
like
it.
it.
You see
Cute.
it? Your mama was
That's
doing her job. Yeah, girl. Let me bring it down just a little bit so I can see me myself and see myself. Okay, y'all. We talking about Sister Season 4, Episode 21. Moving on up. I need for y'all to hit that like button, share this video, subscribe if you ain't been subscribed, because honey, I done got a new subscriber and I'm getting them weekly now, and I'm just loving it, and I'm cloud number 9. Can't y'all tell? Every time y'all look, y'all been getting a new video, and I ain't even giving you a chance nothing to see the other videos, and another one coming, and another one coming. Yes, and I got some things popping off. I'm just so happy, and I'm happy to be here with you all. Okay, so y'all, let's get into this episode. And I think next week is the season finale, honey. The season finale is next week, and it's too soon.
agreed.
It is too soon because, honey, it is getting good. When I say it's getting good, it's already good. It's excellent. I give this show, honey, a 10 all the way. A 10 all the way. Yes.
Yeah.
So let's get right into it. So Fatima comes downstairs with Zach and Karen. Fatima lets Karen know if she's having Zach baby, it's important that Karen know who she is. Okay? Fatima ain't joking. What you gotta say about that? She came off the balcony from her bath wanting to know what do I'm gonna let you know who I am. What you gotta say about that?
I mean, as she should. Zach ain't trying to go back to Karen. If it's his baby, he's gonna take care of his. So Fatima's gonna be in the picture clearly. So she's like, I need for you to know that I am here, but I ain't gonna do nothing to your baby, and I will be here when that baby's born, regardless whether it's yours or not.
And I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere. That's what she's saying. So Fatima called Karen honey. And Karen told her, don't call me honey. Zach Zach butts in and Fatima says she got this. I got this. Fatima tells Karen she has been nice, patient, and she's even let shit slide. She said the shit is you doing is showing up to my house unannounced. Karen said, oh, this is your house? Fatima said yes. You know, because Fatima got the keys, honey. And she got
Uh,
Zach to back her up. And you showing up at night to talk with him, that what we ain't gonna do. Fatima said she got something to say. So let her talk. What you think about that, girl?
oh my God. Man, listen, Fatima is just telling Karen off. She's tired of her mess and she is ready for this stuff to be over. So she's like, Karen, I'm gonna put you in your place because you're not gonna sit here and disrespect me or my man or my place. Don't be disrespectful. So I'm gonna put you in your place and let you know.
That's right, because she clearly has something to say. So let's talk. Fatima lets her know she heard her. She just needed time to get out of the get Zach out of his system, and then he always come back. Karen told Fatima that she's just not a number and that she's number 3. Zach tells Karen she's not a number. Fatima is number 1 of 1.
I love it.
Uh-oh. Bang,
Oh, that's
shots
wonderful.
fired. Shots fired. That's what she said. Shots fired. So she is a woman and she's not going anywhere. He asked Karen to please leave. Zach said if you want the last word, you can have it, Karen. Fatima said you can't have it, but I'm keeping my you can have the last word, but I'm keeping my man. Then
Mm-hmm.
walk up. Okay, so the next thing that happened, then walk up Miss Heather. And that was her real name is Heather.
Yeah.
Okay, and she said she didn't know who she was, but to let you know this is your son, and she finally got your address for him. This is the baby mama, the 3-year-old baby mama. This woman called out Karen's name and said he talked about her all the time. But what get me all the time is supposed to be only a one time. So he must have been confiding to her about Karen quite a bit. So he didn't know her as Heather, but her name is Destiny. So Fatima asked Karen, weren't you leaving? Okay, so now this ain't none of your business. Is what she was saying. You know,
Right.
so
Right.
Karen agreed and told Fatima that she can have Zach. Cause she promised her she would have to deal with this situation. What you think about that?
Man, all of that, like that Heather girl, she just popped up. I'm like, whoa. And then he says again, allegedly. So he slept with her, but he's just trying to play it off as much as possible. But he still don't know again if this is his baby or not. I mean, she's a stripper, and that's what he said. You're a stripper. How do you know? Or whatever. But Fatima was calmly trying to have his back, but then at the end, she was just like, "I'm gonna go in the house and let you deal with this." Karen,
It was the VIP room that did it for Fatima.
yeah.
Because she hadn't said nothing. So let's move on. Okay, so she said she'll deal with this situation. She, as in Zach's baby mother, said her name is Heather, but her professional name is Destiny. She's a stripper, and they only slept together one time. Zach said, "Cause someone sleep with you in the VIP room, that don't make you the father." But Tima said, "So you do know you slept with her in the VIP room." She did. So she didn't, but Fatima gets mad and goes in the house and told Zach she's not dealing with this shit and stay out of I'm gonna stay out of it, and I leave you out here to talk to your baby mama. Yes, indeed. So Sabrina comes back to the house with her prince. He tells her she's a very humble girl and he was wrong for talking so much about her friend. He said she just looked like a woman in his country. Then Sabrina said, I can always give you her number. He asked her not to be jealous, and they say good night. The door opened, and Danny was standing right there. They talked about Logan and how he started asking questions about the bank and asked her to be careful. What are your thoughts on that?
Um, Here we go again with the prince loving on Danny. And like he
Mm-hmm.
can't help himself. He just cannot help himself. But it could just be something in his culture where he likes to acknowledge women as being beautiful. But in America, you don't be talking about other women like that. You can say that she's beautiful, but don't keep saying she's beautiful. And your
Constantly,
woman's right there. That's like
constantly,
disrespect.
back to
Yeah,
back,
yeah, that's
constantly. Yeah.
and
It,
then yeah. Go ahead.
that can break up a friendship too, because then I'm not gonna want you around them. You got the key. You got the key to my door too. All y'all got keys to each other's apartment, and y'all don't knock. And we could be knocking boots. And now you just seen his stuff. I know we got to stop being friends. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So, um, okay. So what was it? Okay, so Karen stopped by Andy's house crying. She just made a fool of herself. She said she bailed him out many of times and she's outdone things for him. And Andy said, "You went to Zach's house?" And Karen wanted to know, how did she know? She thought, okay, so Karen is upset with Andy because she takes up for Fatima. She reminds her that she was her friend first and stopped putting Fatima before her. Andy said, "I'm always going to stand by you." Karen said, "To stand by you?" She don't know why she came by Andy's house and Andy said, "I love you." So Karen said, "Andy, you have a funny way of showing it." And Andy tells Karen that Zach has moved on. Karen says she knows. Then she starts talking about the baby's mother. Karen looked over and she see things packed. And then she gets on the topic. Andy tells her that she's right. They placed the place wasn't bugged, but she tells her that he's been watching her from his office across the street with a telescope. What are your thoughts on that?
Basically, of course, Karen just feels like, um, in a way, Fatima's taking Andy away from her. So she expressed that. She expressed it a lot, but also, Karen and then not Fatima, sorry about that. Andy, they ultimately started talking about each other's issues, and then they close. They've been together since college, so they squashed that for a second, and then they realized. They was there to help both of them. Both of them had their shedding tears and they cried and stuff because they know both of them that had crappy men, and what sometimes one man can be that said, like with Zach and Fatima. He's great for Fatima, but he was shit for Karen. So it is what it
Right.
is.
Right. So Karen is going to let Andy stay with her for the night, and Andy asks Karen, was she still mad at her? Karen, she don't like her, but she does need her. Andy says she needs her too. Fatima's at her apartment, and Zach comes by in the morning. Fatima wants to know what's going to what Fatima wants to know what's going to do when she gets tired of what is he going to do when he gets tired of her. Run back to Karen. She tells him he needs to nip this shit in the bud. She said he needs to get a Zach said he needs to get a DNA test. Fatima said that's not the only test that you need to get. Zach said he don't need the disrespect. But Fatima said, you haven't told me what you had to tell me from last night. Zach said it's too much going on.
Yeah.
So Fatima, she leave, with an attitude. So Zach,
She's all right.
yeah. So Zach gets a text from the senator's wife saying she's at the hotel and how he's 1 hour. He'll be there in 1 hour, because the senator wife is there and she's acting like a damn asshole. So meanwhile, Karen and Andy talks to Karen and they say humongous things all over the place. They talk about getting Gary back for all of his shit that he'd put Andy through. Karen said she should keep up with keep the penthouse. to get back at him. She said Zach really owes her. Then Andy replied by saying but Zach paid you all the money that he got from you, and he was in transparent. He's been transparent. And for Andy to go to work, Andy said she likes the softer side of Karen, and that should be her more often. The softer side should be her a little bit more often. So Sabrina stopped by to talk with Danny and wanted to know what's going on with Logan now. Danny asked Sabrina was she doing something, and Sabrina said she's not doing nothing and she's all over the place. But Sabrina said she should have hired Danny, and Andy is not criminal lawyers. You understand? She said when she finds out what's going on, she will let her know. What are your thoughts on that?
So I guess let's go back a little bit with Fatima and Zach. Basically, she left the house mad that night, and so she went to her house, which she said prior that she was going to keep her house. Good thing she did, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess she had to have a woosah moment, and then she had to she talked to Zach and like, listen, like we need to talk about this because I don't want to be another number, right? And
Right.
so she wanted, she like, what's going on? Like, what are your plans and all this stuff? And then Zach's like, it's not like that, Fatima. He was like, basically, I only want you. So he's trying to make sure that she's good. That's why he came over, make sure she's good, because ultimately he wants to be with her. And then
Right.
I mean, not Zach, with Karen and Andy, they basically, again, they were talking, trying to figure stuff out, and with Karen and her emotions and stuff, so it's giving her a little softer side. So that's why Andy's like, oh, I like this softer side of you, right? And then Logan, what is this? Logan,
Logan, the
that's the cop.
cop. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Logan, who that was Sabrina, right?
So, no, Logan is Danny's friend, and but he's the cop. He's
Investigate.
investigating Sabrina and Maurice.
Right. So Sabrina and Danny were talking, right? And I guess basically they were just trying to figure out what's really going on, and like Danny's like, what
If you
did you
didn't
do
do
anything? Yeah,
right,
I did. So and then Sabrina's like, I know I didn't do anything. I haven't, like, what is he talking about? Why is he asking you all these questions? So she's just basically trying to figure out what does Danny know, and Danny's trying to make sure that she ain't do nothing. So,
right. Okay, so let's move on. Hayden stopped by Fatima's office and she asked him to leave. Fatima said she don't want to go back to jail fooling with him. So Hayden throws it in Fatima's face that he has a friend that works at the FFC office, and he got him to get in. He let him get into the database at the airport where Zach was working, and they have Zach on camera passing a note to the senator's wife, and she she strikes him as being it's been shown that he has given her some type of money from he passes her a note. So when the SEC comes in to take your boy, it's going to buy Zach. It's going to be bye Zach. In other words, he trying to say this is the proof that he's been waiting on. Where's Zach been getting all this money? Has he been making the money on all these trades? So Fatima said, what is it if every day you come in here with that same ish? Did you not get the girl you wanted in high school, or did you just it was you just a jock bully you, because I'm trying to figure things out, because every day you come in here with that little dick energy and a short man syndrome, and I just don't get you. Get a dick implant. I was through. I was through with Fatima. Did she read him or did she not? You know what? That I'm gonna tell you what that recalls for. That calls for this. No,
Yeah.
no more need to be said. So, Andy walks in, and Fatima is asked her if she's okay, and she said yes. Karen told her what happened in Zach's house. Andy got booed out, and she's looking nice. She got her boobs out, you know what I'm saying, in her outfit. And because basically she just had a suit on with a bra, a little sports bra, a stringy one. Okay, so Andy got everything out looking nice, and Fatima asked her, was she sure she didn't need to buy her a blouse? Did she need to go get her a blouse? Karen gets to the shop, and Destiny, Zach's baby mother, was there. She informed Karen that she had something to drink before she had got there to the house last night. Karen said, "Oh, so you're drinking with your child in the car?" Destiny asked her not to judge Karen, but Destiny wanted Karen to know that Zach loved her. When he was there, he was drunk, but he was mad at you, Karen. Destiny told Karen she don't have to be a bitch about it, and she better be glad she's not married to Zach, because she's coming for that ass, and walks out. Well, you do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Because that may not be his baby, and I don't think it's his baby. And I do believe that he did talk about Karen, because him and Karen was always into something, and he goes, and he probably wasn't. It probably was the only time that he slept with the woman. Yes, they go in. Of course, they go in the VIP room, and but he gets drunk and he just talks about it. And she could have been there just in the beginning, just listening to him. Somebody telling your problems too. So anyway, Maurice is looking good, and he's looking for his keys, and Q lets him know that his keys is in his pocket, but he has breakfast for him. Maurice said he can smell a snake a mile away. Maurice said he regret letting him stay there. Q said he was sorry, and Maurice said, you robbed me. Q said that was the worst thing he has done in his entire life. He said he regretted every single day. Q said Maurice has a good heart, but don't let that fool you. In other words, he was saying, I do got a good heart, but don't let it fool you. So Q said, you're not going to say thank you for the offer for breakfast. Maurice said, are you paying rent? Q called
Right.
Logan. So Q called Logan to let Logan know that he got Maurice confessing on the tape that he said Maurice and Sabrina was behind it. Logan tells him to bring in the tape. The deal was, if Q flip on them, he stays out of jail, and the deal he made with the DA. I was so upset, and I'm going to give my final thoughts on that in a minute. So Zach gets to the hotel, and the senator wife said she got a call from a lawyer. He was asking a lot of questions about Zach. She said, clearly, you used that stock. She said, I know you did. The lawyer said you have a lot of money, and he asked her, did you want any money? She said she didn't know, but it was nice. That's a nice house that you bought, Zach. Zach said, is that what this is about? So she said, you want money? She said, no, I don't want the money. She said, so Zach asked her, why did she call him there if she don't want any money? She told him that she is not going to say a word. She said she's glad he did well. Zach said he appreciate that. So them kind words, and if that's all that she wanted, then he can head on out. She said, no, it's not about the money, but I want to have sex with you. And then she'll keep her mouth closed, and it goes off. So my final thoughts on this, when it comes to Q, it upset me that Q made this deal. This is why he was, I'm thinking when it came back on that he made a deal with the DA and he snitched on the people that was in jail. That wasn't the deal. The deal was to see if he can get Maurice and Sabrina to confess on
Yeah.
this, that they got him to rob the bank. Because he probably had him saying he feels sorry for him, and they said, well, if you get him to say this is what he did, then we'll give you a break. So if he don't get them to confess anything, he's going back to jail.
Right. So that's why he had that tape recorder, and then he made it seem like he was playing with Maurice, and Maurice literally was joking, and now
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna take that into the police. That's ridiculous.
And then suppose Sabrina is going to be a part of that also.
Right.
Y'all, so, be careful what you say around people, especially now with these smartphones on. Everybody, you don't know who people look like. They looking at their phones and they recording you. You know what I'm saying? It's things like that, and you don't have a damn thing to do with anything. And next thing you know, you be watching yourself on Facebook somewhere. You know,
Yeah.
little stuff like that. Because I see people dancing in the street, and next thing you know, you see it on YouTube or you see it this place, and these people ain't gave nobody permission to put this stuff out.
Right.
So this world with these cell phones is very ridiculous on the real. It's just a portable computer. A portable
Mm-hmm.
computer, because you can do everything on your phone that you can do on your computer, damn near. Took me a
Sure
long
do.
time. Just took me recently to find that out. I'm old hell. I've been walking around with a computer all this time. And I just noticed the thing said drive. I said, oh, that's the same thing that's on the computer. So, your mama old. It's been a long time, because I would have never had a smartphone. I was saying, why people put that big old thing to their damn face to talk for? And look at me. Look at me. I would have never thought.
Keeping up with just basically keeping up with the new generation, Ma. You got this.
Yeah, I got it. I got it. And I have so much fun on here on YouTube. And this is my go-to place because I love YouTube. I love it. And it's sad that so many things go on YouTube where people be so mean and cruel to other content creators. YouTube is supposed to be a fun place for all creators. for all creators. It shouldn't be beefing back and forward and all that, people doxing people and stuff like that. That's unnecessary. It's so unnecessary. YouTube is supposed to be fun, and when it gets so that it's not fun, I don't want to be a part of it anymore. you know
Yeah.
I stay in my lane and I choose what I like to do, and I do what I do, and I get enjoyment out of it. No, I don't have a lot of subscribers, but I do have some, and I'm slowly gaining more, and I'm enjoying it, and I'm happy, and I'm glad to do this show with you on Sunday. But it's just a shame. As soon as we get into it,
Time to go off.
it's time to go off. And this is my Thursday night shop, my Wednesday night. Don't not come on Wednesday. So this my go-to on Wednesdays. Every day of the week I gotta go to. Now my Saturdays to change. Now my Wednesdays about to change. So y'all, this has been Sisters. We got next week is the season finale, so it'll be our last show on Sisters until it comes back on. I want to thank you. I want to thank you, Ebony, for being my co-host. And you see, I put your little picture up there. I done learned how to. This picture is the picture from the wedding, and I done learned how to chop it up and put it a different kind of way now. So I finally learned how to chop up the pictures up on here and make it so that I can talk about each and every person instead of talking about it all at once. I'm learning. The longer I stay on it, the longer I be on it. And you just told me the other day, Mom, stop buying all these electronics. Stop buying all these electronics. You ain't gonna have no money. But y'all know I gotta have what I gotta have. So y'all, this has been Sisters Season 4, Episode 21, moving on up. Y'all set y'all DVR. Go back and watch the old ones, because just because the season finale is over with, by the time I go back to episode 1, it'll be back on. It'll be back on. So yeah, Tyler Perry ain't disappointing us yet. He ain't disappointing us. He know he can't keep us waiting. So y'all, I want to thank you for joining us. This is my host, my daughter, Ebony, and y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed. Share this video. And with that, I'm going to say I'll talk to you later. Y'all have a good one. Thank you. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Hey, bye-bye.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gone living